I love women. I have nothing against women at all. I'm not sexist in any regard. I'm not misogynist either. I'm a realist.
This is 35-year-old British-American Andrew Tate.
Do you think that women are property?
So I think my sister is her husband's property.
A former kickboxer turned viral internet celebrity who showboats as a cigar-smoking playboy with fast cars and guns.
A lot of people ask me, Andrew, why do you have a machete next to your bed?
Most of his videos are too offensive to show you. In them, he talks about hitting women, trashing their belongings and choking them.
His content openly condones and celebrates violence against women. He talks about how he only dates women half his age so he can leave an impression or a mark on them. He actively talks about slapping a woman around in order to get what you want.
Tate also thinks victims of rape must bear responsibility for their attacks and is reportedly under investigation for human trafficking and rape allegations in Romania.
Please stop looking up to Andrew Tate. He is a bad guy.
I would love to say, well, this guy exists in dark corners of the internet that we can ignore. But the reality is he's gone from complete obscurity in the last sort of 2 months to being one of the most Googled people in the world.
Tate doesn't have his own TikTok account, yet his videos have been watched more than 11.6 billion times. They're spread by fan accounts which share his most controversial clips. That content boosted by TikTok's aggressive algorithm. Hover over a video a few moments too long and TikTok feeds you more.
I put a plan together to conquer TikTok 4 months ago. Boom, done. Now it's mine. I own it.
Tate's fan base includes boys as young as 13.
The Guardian did a test. They created a profile as if they were a 14-year-old boy, and they found that after a couple of hours of use, 50% of the videos on their feed were pro-Andrew Tate TikToks. That even if you're not getting Andrew Tate videos, your young son or your little brother or your nephew probably is.
For impressionable minds, they can, see those videos that have messages about abuse and violence and condoning, even celebrating it, and think that that's an acceptable life choice, that that's something that they can do if they're not getting what they want in any situation.
And these kids are acting like the things that he's saying is like revolutionary and amazing.
One girl shared this post online just a few days ago.
I'm positive that Andrew Tate is making my boyfriend hate me.
Much of Tate's content appears to violate TikTok's rules, which explicitly ban misogyny, but the platform seems to have done little to limit the content. This week, Tate attributed his meteoric rise to his critics.
The smartest thing my haters could do is never mention me again. But they can't f***ing help it.
There are too many young men who are consuming this stuff that you cannot simply ignore it now. We did for a while and it didn't work.
So as calls grow for Tate's social media megaphone to be silenced, what will it take to tackle the internet's scariest man?
How can you possibly ignore a man who's been Googled more than Donald Trump and Kim Kardashian? You cannot. The horse is bolted. It's time to do something about it.
I've had a really hard time with Andrew Tate because obviously I kind of exist in the realm of feminism and calling out misogyny, and my podcast, my radio show, I've been asked millions of times. But I do feel like I really want to ignore him. I want to try and suffocate him with any oxygen in media, because the more that I engage with his content, even to research for a radio segment, if I look at his TikToks or if he's tagged in a TikTok and I look at it for too long, that feeds the algorithm and it spreads it out more to my followers and to the followers that are already engaging in that content. And what Zara Michelle said just there is right. It is getting a bit too big to ignore now. But I do still fear that if I speak about it to my followers or my listeners of my podcast, it doesn't really achieve anything for me. I'm sure those who are my listeners already feel this way. They agree that it's, yes, he's disgusting, he's awful, let's move on. I'm not sure me speaking about it in a closed circuit will help anything. All it will do is have those who agree with me engage with this content more. So it's hard for me.
Are you seeing the evidence, though, of the influence?
Absolutely. I'm getting DMs from what appear to be early teen boys saying, I hope Andrew Tate destroys you, or things along that line. When I was posting saying I won't speak of him. I'll do one Instagram story saying, please stop asking me, I don't want to speak of him, because even seeing that just there makes me quite emotional, and I'm sure it does for all of us. I don't want to engage with that. I also get comments calling me Abby Tate, and comments on TikTok especially. That's where it's really, really rife.
It's really, these views too, when kids look at Instagram and TikTok and the idea of 11.6 billion views as a a success. You know, that then says, well, those views must be good because look at how famous he is, so then I want to emulate that. It's just really dangerous. And I feel like TikTok has a responsibility, particularly if those are in the terms of their platform, to remove misogynistic posts, to not be feeding that out even more and feeding the beast.
Well, I uploaded TikTok in a, you know, a white singlet with a bra on. It gets deleted in a minute. Won't even go up. But there's endless videos of him saying that women are property and extremely violently misogynistic things. And how can that slip through the cracks? But me in a singlet can't.
Well, TikTok have told us that they are working to review the content. Their full statement, if you want to read it, is on our website.
And if this story has raised any issues for you, please contact 1-800-RESPECT.